Shalom. First thing and foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Barakathum to you hopefully elect out there. And, just back, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, because pretty much we're in the times where we're coming into the times, because what you see going on right now, I often talk about this paradigm shift that's taking place right before our very eyes, right? And real quick, before anything, I'm going to get this in 2nd Ezra chapter 6. 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." All right, because ultimately, what Yahushua, when he makes his second return, Yahushua being who the world, it didn't really call Jesus. All right, it's not going to be some long, stringy head, blue-eyed, so-called white man piercing through the clouds to give hugs and kisses to everyone. When Yahushua cracks the earth, which Yahushua is a so-called black man of the tribe of Judah, all right? And the scriptures talk about that day is going to be a very horrible, terrible day, man. The second coming of who the world calls Jesus is not going to be a day of peaches and creams, man. Because the Lord, when he shows up, man, he's coming with a wrath. He's coming with force. All right, the scripture says he's not coming to meet thee as a man. All right, you see, when he walked the earth as Yahushua 2,000 years ago, he came humble, he came meek. Right, Esau was able to actually physically touch him and put hands on him. But this go around, listen again, as I quoted, Yahushua said he's not coming to meet thee as a man. This time he's coming in his full glory, his full power, and he's coming pissed off. All right. And with that being said, he's coming to take Esau, eat him out of power. Esau being the so-called white man. All right, the same serpent that you read about in that dragon that you read about in the book of Revelation. It refers to him as that old serpent. That old serpent going into Genesis, the 3rd chapter, because this serpent that beguiled Eve in the book of Genesis, which I'm about to get, this is the same spirit that's in Esau, Edom today. So this is why he's referred to that old serpent. All right, that same conniving, deceptive, that same spirit is in him today. All right. So just bear with me real quick. Genesis chapter 3. Verse 1, it says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made." All right, and this is a different breakdown for another day. I'm not going to get all depth into it, but basically, if you have the understanding, all right, because this beast is not talking about actual animals or whatnot. In the scriptures, oftentimes refer to mankind. The scriptures refer to men as beasts, trees, as well as other things. So in this particular verse here, all right, this beast is referring to people because, again, another breakdown for another time. Adam and Eve, contrary to what's taught in this world, Adam and Eve were not the only people on the earth. All right, you had many people. All right, and you had the nations of people on the earth. All right, and again, this serpent being more subtle than any beast. All right. I'm reading it again. "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made." So, matter of fact, real quick. Because, when you just go into the word serpent, and pardon me, because, I'm sitting in the car, and it's pouring outside, so hopefully, my voice is coming through clear enough. But when you just look into this word serpent, man, it just goes into a crafty, being subtle. All right. Yeah, it just goes into being crafty, a subtle, slick, so to say, like Yahweh Shai when he matter of fact, real quick. I'm gonna read this in Luke chapter 13. Luke chapter 13 and verse 31, it says, the same day there came certain of the Pharisees, saying unto him, get thee out and depart hence, for Herod will kill thee. Now Herod being an Edomite. All right. What was Yahweh Shai's response? It says verse 32, and he said unto them, go ye and tell that fox, behold, I cast out devils and I do cures today and tomorrow, and the third day I shall be perfected. So the point I want to get out of this verse, man, is because it said Yahweh shall basically refer to Esau as a fox. All right. Now a fox, that's a very, it reminds me of, that one show that that some of us may have watched or know about when we were younger, called Dora the Explorer, and you had the swiping, the fox. He was very crafty and cunning. He was very slick. Because that's the characteristic of Esau Edom. He's a very slick man. He's very, deceptive. All right. That's the characteristics of Esau Edom. So going back to Genesis 3:1 again, it says, and now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, have the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. All right. So, because, notice how this serpent, which again it's a man. It's not talking about an actual, because people again, these churches, man, they still teach today that this was a snake, which there's no scripture in the, there's no scripture that tells you that this serpent was a snake. All right. I heard one of the elders, man, the elder Inop, and I'm probably gonna echo some of what he said, because I watched his video. He did a video a couple of days ago going into why is this so-called black woman, why is she so angry, and I saw that video, man. So, I'm probably going to be echoing some of what he mentioned in that video. But one of the things that he mentioned was the fact that, for one thing, the so-called black woman, the Israelite woman in general, man, for one, they're skater snakes. So if this was an actual snake, man, you could probably bet 9 times out of 10 Eve, she would have ran the hell away. She would have ran away. Eve, man, they're scared of every little thing, So nowhere in the scriptures does it tell you that this serpent was an actual snake. All right. Again, it's just going into the characteristics of Esau Edom. All right. But like I was saying, notice how, this serpent, it approached Eve. It didn't approach Adam. All right. Because the scripture referred to the woman as the weaker vessel. All right. So, for the most part, and this is why women they need to be led, man. Women need to be led, because, I'm just keep it frank, man. For the most part, women in general, man, they tend to have a very childlike mindset, man, and they're all over the place. They let their emotions run them. They let their emotions, their flesh rule them, you see? So, again, this serpent approaching Eve, right? It says, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High have said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For the Most High doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and to a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So basically, Eve, she got deceived, all right, and she ended up, basically in another thing, because it's not actually talking about fruit. Like we were all taught and believed at one point. Eve, she ate an apple, and supposedly she just knew the knowledge of good and bad, or whatever they're teaching now. Again, this fruit, man, when you go into it, is going into different doctrines and different philosophies and things of that nature. The Bible is filled with parables and dark sayings, and the Bible is one big code book. So a lot of things you can't just read verbatim. You gotta precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So she partook. She basically took the bait. All right. She was dipping and dabbling into these different philosophies that she wasn't supposed to be. All right. You see, and looking back at it, man, the reason we're in this position that we're in today, and ultimately the Lord set it up this way. But when you look back at it, man, because the scriptures talk about how, roughly paraphrasing, because of the woman, basically sin came into the earth. The scripture say through her we all die, man. Damn, what was I gonna say? So Eve, she partook in, she was dipping and dabbling in these different philosophies that she wasn't supposed to be partaking in. All right. And I was going to make the point, when you look back at it, when you really look at it, man, it's deep, because when you look at it, man, we're in this position today that we're in today because of Eve, because through her actions, sin came into the world, man. Sin came into the earth. Because of this incident, Adam fell, and, again, we're in this position that we're in today because of the woman, the Israelite woman, you see. But nevertheless, I read 2 Ezra 6-9. Matter of fact, I'm going to read it one more time. 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9 again. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. Because I had made this mention earlier about the paradigm shift that we're in right now. All right. Because as it just said here, Esau, we're at the end of his world, his kingdom, his rulership. All right. The earth is under the wicked rulership right now. All right. And like I was saying with Yawakal, when he comes back, man, he's coming back to take Esau out of rulership and establish righteousness on the earth. We're currently in that paradigm shift. All right. So Esau's going down. The nation of Israel is coming up. All right. So there's this paradigm shift that we're in right now. You see, and with that, because as I just read in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, what we affectionately call the Gardanian pact with Eve and the serpent. All right. And, in today's day and age, Eve and Esau, because again, this is that old serpent that the scriptures refer to. The dragon, this old serpent called the devil. All right. That same cunning, conniving, deceptive spirit that was in, I just read about in Genesis, the 3rd chapter. This is the same spirit that's in Esau, Edom today. All right. And best believe, Eve, the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian women, they still under this they still have this Gardanian pact with Esau, Edom today. But you see, all that's going to come crumbling down, because one thing, you women, man, you have completely gotten out of order. And you see, again, Yahweh Shemal Shai, he's coming to reestablish order on this earth. All right. He's coming to reestablish order. I'm going to get this in Genesis, the 2nd chapter. I do believe. No, I think that's the 1st chapter. Genesis 1st chapter. Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1. I'll start at verse 26. It says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. All right. So basically, you know, one of the things when it talks about how we were created in his image, all right, one of the things that includes is order. All right. When the Lord created us, he created us in order. All right, to be in order, because that's how the Heavenly Father operates. The scripture said, let all things be done in decency and in order. All right. But again, you women, you have decided, because, you know, you're in this Gardanian pack with the so-called white man. All right. You know, whether you want to hear this or not, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, whether you want to admit it or not. All right. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, the so-called white man, he's your God. All right. He's your husband. All right. You see, man. And, you know, a lot of women have been coming to realize that it was you know, they made a mistake. You see, because, hey, the Israelite man, you Israelite women, you turned your back on your own men. And again, it's coming to bite you it's coming to bite you in the ass, man. A lot of you women are coming to regret it. A lot of you are miserable, you know, because one of the, you know, going back to, you know, part of the philosophies that Eve, what she was dipping and dabbling in, you know, part of that, those philosophies, you know, a lot of it, or some of it, you know, deals with feminism, you know, which that was a, you know, strategically set up by the so-called white man to destroy the structure of the Israelite family. All right. You know, feminism, to where you women think that you don't need a man, right? You know, and all this, I could do bad all by myself, Miss Independent, right? You see, man. And again, like I said, I'm going to be echoing the elder man. You know, one of the things he mentioned, you women, you want to be independent so bad, you know. But if a man doesn't want to pay for your meal, if he doesn't want to pay for any of your bills, if he doesn't want to open a door for you, you get upset. Well, if you're Miss Independent, you can do that. You can do it by yourself. You don't need a man, right? And that whole thing with being Miss Independent, I can do battle by myself, right? It's really what's the term, man? Well, I'm gonna just say it frank, man. It's horse shit, because for one, you women that claim independence, right, and you're getting all these goodies. Hey, you're still depending on the so-called white man. You know, all those goodies you get it from the so-called white man, right? Whether it be food stamps, job, whatever it is, all right, the PhD, whatever it is, man, you're still getting it from the white man. So you're still dependent upon someone at the end of the day. So that whole Miss Independent thing, you know, you see, it's been a false, it's been a facade. And like I said, a lot of women have been coming to the understanding, you know, and you know, coming to that understanding, and a lot of them have been waking up. You know, and for the majority of you, it's gonna be too late. All right. By the time by the time it really hits you like a shit ton of bricks. All right. And when it comes down to it, because again, Yahweh Shemal Shah, he's a power that deals with order, and the Lord's going to establish order on the earth. All right. And best believe, when all hell breaks loose out here, that's when you women are going to want to, you know, get in order. That's when a lot of you women are want to, you know, you're going to want to play the role of being this, you know, being this wife, and, you know, wearing dresses and all that. But like I said, for a lot of you, it's going to be too late, man. You see, it's going to be too late. But, you know, I just had a few videos that I want to play. I'm gonna play, I got like 3 videos I want to play. This first one here, you know, the Chris Rock, man, you know, even though, you know, he's a comedian, and, you know, the elder Apostle Gabar, you know, he breaks this down sometimes, because, you know, a lot of times, a lot of what makes these comedians, a lot of what makes their jokes funny is the fact that a lot of their jokes, man, is truth. You know, there's truth to it, you know, and when you break down the word, when you go into what the word comedian means, you know, or like, forgot how to say it in Spanish, but it breaks down to food, you know. You know, because like I said, a lot of these comedians, they actually, you know, for the most part, a lot of them are speaking truth, man, you know. So I'm going to play this first clip by Chris Rock. He makes some interesting points. So without further ado,
real easy. One person can't move it at all. That's right. If you're in a relationship, let me try to help you right now. Rule 1. Stop competing. Her success is your success, and your success is her success. Stop competing.
And that's one thing, man. You women, man. You know, again, echoing the elder Not, man, in this video. Because a lot of you women, I don't know what it is with you women, man, but it's, you know, it's for whatever reason you feel the need to compete with your man, you know, and it's just like, what sense is that? What point is it in trying to compete with your man? You know, a lot of you women, you're in a relationship and you treat you treat it like it's a competition. You know, it's like, what do you got to compete for, man? Y'all should be working towards the same goal, man, the same purpose. You know, when a man and woman comes together, man, it should be, you know, like, you know, I'm gonna put it like this, man. It should be like a successful business, you know. Matter of fact, let me get this. In Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9, it says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? So you see, man, y'all come together, man. It's supposed to be like a, you know, like a successful business, man. This is the best way I could put it, you know, versus, you know, being on your own and, you know, trying to do it all by yourself. Hey, listen, even when it comes to the man, when you go back to Genesis, right? Genesis, I think that's the 2nd chapter. Genesis, the 2nd chapter. Genesis, the 2nd chapter. Because, you know, when you read this chapter, man, Adam, he had a very large task, man. This is when, you know, Adam, he had to name all the animals and the plants, you know. He had a very heavy task on him. And what did the Lord see? What did the Lord deem? Genesis, the 2nd chapter. Starting at verse 18, it says, and the Lord power said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet. So you see, all right. The Lord, basically, he created the woman to be an helpmeet for the man. You know, here it is in this society, you know, it's taught that everything is about the woman worship, right? It's all about me, me, me. You women have a very selfish mindset, right? You know, a lot of you women don't believe in what they call sharing a man, right? That's my man. No, he doesn't belong to you. You belong to him. All right. But again, you know, when a man and a woman come together, man, it's supposed to be for, you know, it's supposed to be a beautiful thing, man. You know, for a beautiful purpose. You know, the two are supposed to complement one another. It's not supposed to be a competition, man. You see, again, it said, and the Lord power said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help me. So the Lord, you know, and I often put it like this, man. Hey, the Heavenly Father, he created us, the Israelite man, he created us for his pleasure. Right? Well, hey, the Lord created for us, for the men, he created the women. He created you women for our pleasure, for our pleasurement, for our enjoyment. You see, to be our helpmeet. You see? But, you know, the roles in this society, in this day and age, man, it's just completely backwards. You know, you women are very self-entitled. You think it's all about you. Like I said, y'all, a lot of y'all are just very selfish, right? You see, man, I'm gonna jump on down I'm going to jump down to verse 22. It says, "And the rib which the Lord power had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man." All right, so basically, I'm going to read it again. It says, "And the rib which the Lord power had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man." All right, so basically, man, before her name was Eve, all right, before her name was Eve, her name was woman. And when you break down the word, what the word woman means, it goes into a female servant. You see, because again, the Lord created the woman to be a helpmeet for the man. A woman's purpose is to serve a man, whether it be her father or whether it be her husband. All right. You see, man. But, you can't have this type of conversation with these so-called women. And this is why you hear me say refer to these so-called women as so-called women. All right. Because you're not women, man. Again, just being frank, you so-called women, man, you like I said, man, you're completely out of order, man. And you've just completely forgotten your purpose, man. Like one of the elder brothers be saying, man, you have a pair of shoes, man, and one day, those pair of shoes, man, they decide to, just out of nowhere, they want to start talking shit and being rebellious. It's like, what the hell is this? Because at the end of the day, women, you're our property. And it sounds harsh or whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, this is how the Lord set it up. All right. This is how the Lord set it up. Because going back to the whole example with the shoes, man, you got shoes, man. They want to be rebellious, right? Hey, you just discard them and get rid of them. And you see, that's another thing. You women, you don't think that you're expendable. You don't think that you're replaceable. You see, again, you've been taught in this society that you are the prize. All right. Well, that's not the case. And again, the Lord, he's going to have to humble you people, man. He's going to have to humble you women. All right. And a lot of you are going to get it the hard way. A lot of you are going to come to that understanding the hard way. Because like I said, some women, you do have a handful of women that, a lot of them are starting to realize, man, but for the majority of you and the rest of you, man, y'all are going to find out the hard way. You're not the prize. You're not equal to the men. All right. And a lot of you women have gone so far to even think that you're above men. You're better than men. Well, this is why the Lord is going to have to humble you women. A great humbling is coming, more specifically here to Babylon the Great, America, man. Because this is the place that promotes this bullshit, man. You see, because they don't tolerate this shit in other places. I've touched on situations like over there in Afghanistan, man. Once America left Afghanistan, them Talibans, man, they've been reestablishing order back over there, man. Because they don't have that shit. A lot of, especially those Eastern cultures, man. You got places like Russia, where a lot of places where you have a lot of masculine energy, right? A woman, if she decides to, buck up against a man, raise her voice or whatever, she'll get punched in her face, man. She'll get punched in her mouth. But you can't do that shit over here. That's not, that. If anything, hey, these women have, again, they're so proud and puffed up, man. They'll go as far as to square up with you, man. They'll talk shit, run their mouth, and just completely out of order. And you see, that's when it comes down to it. Order has to be established, man. Order has to be reestablished. But I'm going to jump back over to Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Verse 16, it says, "Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee." And you see, this is how it was set up by default. The man ruling over the woman. All right. There's no such thing as equal sexes, equality. All right. All right. Simply, men are not equal to women. Women are not equal to men. All right. We all have our roles to play. And as far as you women, you're supposed to be a helpmeet unto your husband. You're a man. As I read in Ecclesiastes, man, I'm going to go back to that. Ecclesiastes 4. right? Because here it is. A lot of y'all treat this, y'all in these relationships, and y'all wonder why you're bumping heads. Because echoing the elder Ainap again, man, like he mentioned in this video, a lot of you, it's like you try to, whip your rod out, rip your penis out to show that your penis is bigger, man. Again, what sense does that make? What sense is that, man? Why are you trying to compete? But I'm going to read this again, Ecclesiastes 4:9 again. It says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up. So you see, man, here it is. Because, this is the worst case scenario being in America for the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian man. All odds are stacked against us. So you see, we brothers catch hell on all sides, on all angles, you see. And a lot of you women, instead of being a helpmeet, trying to lift him up, as it said here, it says, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. So you see, instead of coming home to, oh, how was your day, baby? With a, nice cooked meal, maybe massage, whatever the case may be. A lot of times, just, you don't even have to say anything, just, have everything, ready, set up, whatever the case may be. But instead of that, a man comes home, and oftentimes, it's more oppression, man. It's more affliction. A lot of you women, a lot of what brothers have to deal with, man, on a day-to-day basis, a lot of it has to come from a lot of it has to come from you women in some way, shape, form, or fashion, man. Instead of lifting him up, you bring him down even more. You beat him down even more. So I'm gonna play some more of this.
Okay? There is no equality in a relationship. It's like we equals, no, you're not. You're both there to serve. You are in the service industry.
And I just went over that. All right, there's no such thing as equality when it comes between the sexes. All right, men are not equal to men. Men are not equal to women. Women are not equal to men. You see, I just mentioned that. Went over that, man. All right, the role of a man. I'm gonna get this in Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Because, like I said, our job, man, or like I said, the Lord created us for His pleasure. All right, to talk about the men, right? I'm going to read this in Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So you see, our purpose as Israelite men is to serve Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And with that, we got to partake in the work. This is why, we go out there on the highways and byways, do our videos, lessons, sit down, whatever we got to do pertaining to the work of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, that's our purpose, is to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. Well, again, you women, your purpose is to, serve him. Make sure he's good. Make sure he's straight, man. Make sure he's all right. You're supposed to, back him up. Like I said, man, you're supposed to be, what's the term for it? Not coherent. Well, like I said, both of you, the man and the woman, you're supposed to compliment one another, And again, echoing the elder Ainap, he mentioned in the video, man, and it made perfect sense, right? Because what I'm about to say, you're probably not going to like it, but, to those that have ears to hear, let them receive this, man. But the elder Ainap, man, he talked about how, basically, we got to be like dogs, man, for the men, we got to be like dogs for Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, and for you women, you got to be like dogs for us. All right, for the men. Now, what does that mean? Now, again, the way he broke it down is like this, man. A lot of times, man, when you have a dog, man, because pretty much when you have a dog, man, then pretty much he'll follow you all, it'll follow you all around the house, follow you all around the crib, man. It's just happy, wagging his tail and whatnot, right? But, Again, if you pay attention to the characteristics of a dog when you're walking around in the house, man, hey, that dog, it naturally, it's like it knows to, just basically to, get out of your way and whatnot, pretty much, because, you don't have to, kick it out the way or anything like that. You're not stepping all over it or anything you're not stepping over it or anything like that, because pretty much it's like the dog is like, it's like complementary to you. So naturally, you walking in a certain direction, the dog knows to get out your way, and that's how we got to be for Yahweh Shemel Shai, and that's how you women got to be for the Israelite men. Complementary. All right, complementary. All right, in tune. All right, you see, man. When it comes to the Israelite man, when it comes to the husband, right? You should there's just certain things that, you should just be in tune with. Like if he's feeling a certain way, you should know, man. You should pick up on his energy, pick up on his vibration, right? You should just be in tune with how he feels, right? You should know what he wants, how he likes it, the way he wants it, when he wants it. You should just be in tune with these things, man, when it comes to your husband. You see, man? Because again, our purpose is to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai. Well, hey, you women, your purpose is to serve the Israelite man. All right. So there's no equality, like he said. There's truth to what he's breaking down. There's no such thing as equality. And again, what sense does that make? If I want to be in a relationship with a woman that she just it's all about her, and she's just aggressive and rough and tough and talking shit, and she wants to wear the pants in a relationship, hey, I might as well just go get with another man. I might as well just be a sodomite.
Relationship, you're in a band, and when you're in a band, you have roles that you play in the band. People say, oh, relationship.
So yeah, like I said, there's truth to what he was saying, how he was breaking it down, because Chris Rock, the same guy, he made the statement about how women, children, and dogs are the only creatures on earth that get unconditional love, man. Men only get some type of love under the condition that we provide something. You see, man? Women, children, and dogs, they get unconditional love. But men only receive some type of love under the condition that we provide something. You see? And that's not how it's supposed to be. That's why, again, everything in this society, man, is just ass backwards. You see, man? Because, in this society, man, they teach happy wife, happy life. No, man, because I say this all the time, man. You can give the woman the world, Pluto, Mars, and Jupiter, and then some. She still won't be happy. I guarantee you, she still wouldn't be happy. That wouldn't be good enough. But I encourage you women, for any of you women that just so happen to watch this video, I encourage you, serve your husband. If you have a husband, serve him, take care of him, do right by him. Naturally, he's going to want to, do for you. Naturally, he's going to want to, be that guy for you. It's going to come out naturally. You see, because we live in a society, man, where, these men, they get all bent out of shape for these women and whatnot, right? These simps and these beta males, right? You see, man, and that's another thing. A lot of you women, man, you're angry, you're bitter, right? But it's like, what are you upset for, man? What are you tripping about? Y'all got what y'all wanted. Again, going into this whole feminism and all this shit, y'all got what y'all wanted. What are y'all upset for, man? What are y'all mad about? You see, y'all got a lot of these dudes wrapped around your fingers. Again, there's none of this stuff. You got what you wanted. It's not good enough. So, like I said, man, hey, you come up under the order of a man, an Israelite man, right? And you do right by him. Again, I guarantee you, naturally, because I say, because like the saying goes, happy wife, happy life, and that's bullshit. And there's, this is my own little personal saying. I say, I can't even remember it. But basically, man, if he's straight, then he's gonna make sure, if he's good, man, if he's straight, he's gonna make sure everybody else is straight, man. And again, it's naturally that's gonna come out. of him. You know, you got a man and, you know, you do right by him, you treat him good or whatnot. Naturally, he's going to want to go out of his way for you. Naturally, he's going to want to make sure that you straight, the kid's straight. He's going to want to make sure everything's straight, man. You know, and even if he doesn't want to, again, he's not going to be able to help it. It's just naturally, it's just going to come out. So again, I tell you, women, hey, try it, man. You know, instead of it making it about you, right? This me attitude, this selfish attitude, right? Well, hey, take the back burner for once in your life, man. Humble down and serve your husband. If you got one, serve him, and you know, see where that gets you. You know, again, this is why a lot of you know, you question why the relationships don't work out, why your relationships are rocky, why you can't keep a man, and all these other things, right? You know, because again, you women, you just seem to have forgotten your place, man. You women are just completely out of order. You know, and again, man, you don't want to find it out the hard way, because one way or the other, the Lord's going to make, you're going to submit to the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah one way or the other, man, whether you like it or not, whether you want to or not. You know, a lot of you are going to find out the hard way, you know, so you better jump on the bandwagon while you can now, man, you know, but I'm going to go ahead and go to the next video, right? Now check this out. And let me say this because you know, the music, just in case they take this video down, this video is going to be uploaded either on BitChute or Odyssey or both. All right. And the link will be in the description, just in case they take this video down. But nevertheless, it says, my husband get up every day early to go to work and to support his family, right? And you see, it's crazy because, well, damn, you see, it says happy spouse, happy house. Hey, you know, hey, I can agree with that, man. Says marriage is a partnership, you know. Well, again, because there's no equality, all right. But nevertheless, man, something like this, it's a shame, because something like this, you actually have a lot of people, especially women, they'll look down upon this. A woman that actually wants to serve her man, right, and, you know, submit to her man. A lot of women actually look down upon that. You know, a lot of women, a lot of mothers actually tell their daughters, man, they actually teach their daughters to play the field, right? You know, basically, you know, be a whore, be a harlot before you settle down. Right, and all these other things, man. And like I said, man, it's a sad thing, man. You know, it's sad, man. And this is why we got to get the hell up out of here, man. But again, nevertheless, this is why the Lord, he's going to humble this place, and he's going to show a lot of you women, again, one way or the other, you're going to submit to the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, because this is the order of things. All right, this is the order of things. This is how it's supposed to be. Now, granted, because you're not going to find I'm going to just tell you straight up to you men, you're not going to find a perfect woman. You're not going to find a Sarah, right? You're not going to find a woman, you know, to call you Lord and all these other things, right? But, you know, hey, if a woman, you know, you got a woman, man, and she's sincerely trying, man, you know, hey, the scriptures even talk about how, hey, you basically, when it comes to a woman, you know, she's putting forth her best foot forward, she's, you know, giving her best effort. Hey, you still, you know, give her, you know, give her honor, man, you know, because, you know, there are exceptions to the rule. And again, you're not going to find a perfect woman in the society. The Lord set it up that way on purpose. All right. just like we're not perfect, and you know, we're putting forth our best foot forward. You know, we're putting our best effort into serving Yahweh Shem Shai, to please Yahweh Shem Shai. Well, again, it applies to the woman as well. All right. So again, you know, I say all these things, but I'm not saying that you're gonna find a perfect woman. No, none of us are gonna be perfect until we, you know, get those new bodies, man. You know. But I'm gonna play this next video. Right? Because again, the role of a woman, man, hey, serve your husband, man. Help him. Be a helpmeet unto him. That's what you were created for. And naturally, because again, you know, a lot of these women, they have adapted this whole feminism and Miss Independent and all this other, you know, nonsense. Again, a lot of them come to understand that, you know, a lot of them are miserable, for one, because, you know, they come to find out that that's not the way. You see? Naturally, it's just naturally in a woman, you know, to serve, to have children. You know, she wants to serve, you know, because let's say, you know, you have a woman, man, you know, she cooks for her husband, right? And he's enjoying the hell out of that. He enjoys the hell out of the hell out of that meal, right? Whenever she does certain things for her husband, right? And he's just, you know, appreciative, you know, he's grateful for it, you know. That brings a level of satisfaction to her, you know, because that's, you know, naturally that's what, you know, women are supposed to do, you know, supposed to serve, cook and clean and do all these other things, right? Husband coming home to a clean house, right? He's just glad to be home. You see stuff like that, man. When he, you know, he gets that gratification, that satisfaction, right? It gives satisfaction to her. You see, it's the same thing with us, with Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know, when we do these videos, when we go out there on the highways and byways, when we do what we're supposed to do to the best of our abilities, right? There's a feeling of accomplishment, you know, knowing that, you know, we're pleasing our Lord, man. We're pleasing our power, you know. Well, again, it's the same thing with you women. When you do certain things, when you go out of your way for your husband, when you serve, when you do all these things that you're supposed to do, and, you know, you know, he's pleased or whatever the case may be, you get a positive reaction out of him. Hey, naturally, you know, like I said, when you do all these things and, you know, you get a positive reaction out of him, you know, that gives you a level of satisfaction, like that feeling of accomplishment, like you did something, you know, because that's your purpose. That's what you were set up for. That's what you were created to do. You see? So I'm going to play this last video.
Baby, it's 2022 and these husbands is hard to find. So when you find you a good one, you better take care of them, baby. What the fuck you want? Baby, it's 2022 and these husbands is hard to find. So when you find you a good one, you better take care of them, baby. What the fuck you won't do, somebody else will. You see me cleaning out his lunchbox because he ain't gonna make his own lunch. No, absolutely not. I'm my little maid. That's okay. If there's anything I'm good at, it's being a woman. We got some croutons and we had a salad and some chicken wings. That's what I made for dinner. I always make extra so he can have some for lunch. We got a fruit water and a Capri Sun because it's cold. He's thirsty. A zebra cake, he don't need it, but I'm gonna give it to him anyway. Some paper towels because it's gonna be on your shirt. Some candy, he don't need it. He don't need it. But he got it. A fork. And I forgot the Pringles, so I had to put the Pringles in and make everything fit. Boom, baby. He good to go. And you know damn well, he ain't gonna wipe it off, so let me wipe it off, because coronavirus, it could be corona on this. How the fuck will we know? Watch the lunchbox off. It's over.
Again, man, you know, stuff like that. A woman that's actually, you know, serving her purpose, playing her role, she'll look down upon. She gets looked down upon in this society, man. But for further edification, I'm going to read this in Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 36 and verse 27, or excuse me, verse 24, because I made the point. The woman, again, when you go into the word, it means a female servant, right? You know, it means a female servant. And I also made the point that when it comes to you women, hey, listen, again, this may sound harsh or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, your property. You are our property. All right. Again, he doesn't belong to you. You belong to him. All right. So that's why I'm going to read this in Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 24. It says, he that getteth a wife. All right. And again, a wife is, you know, a wife just means woman. And again, a woman means a female servant. It says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. All right. So again, you women, you are our possession. You belong to us. That's why I made the, the example with the shoes. All right. You got shoes, man. And then one day they just decide to rise up and start rebelling and talking shit. You discard of it. You get rid of it. You see? You see, man? It says a help like unto himself and a pillar of rest. So you see, it's supposed to be that help meet, man. A pillar of rest. Again, a man, again, going all day dealing with whatever demons, battling whatever demons he's had to deal with, right? When he comes home, man, hey, that's supposed to be his sanctuary, his peace. All right. A pillar of rest. You're supposed to be his pillar of rest, man. Come home and he just wants to lay up on you and everything, right? You just, you know how it is, man. Hey, that's why I'm gonna read it again, and I'm gonna go back to Ecclesiastes 4, right? Because we're adults. We know what goes down, right? After a lot of times when the man comes home from a long day, dealing with demons or whatever the case may be, we know what goes down in the bedroom. That's why I'm gonna read this again in Ecclesiastes 4. I'm gonna read this part. It says, verse 11. It says, again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? So you see, hey, that heat, man, like I said, that body heat, like I said, you can use your imagination, man, you see, man. So yeah, man, and again, that's what you women are set up for, man, to serve, man, to be of service, to be at his service, man. It's not a damn competition, man. Like a lot of you treat it like a competition, man. But I'm gonna read this in Ecclesiasticus. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to Ecclesiasticus 36. I read verse 24. I'm gonna read verse 25. It says, "Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning." You see, because again, when it comes to that hedge of protection, the Israelite man, to you women, he's your protection, man. He's your hedge of protection. Because like I said, you leave a woman alone, man. Like I said, it's like leaving a kid at the candy store, man, with the credit cards, man. Best believe you'll max that thing out. Them kids will max it out, man. So you see, you women, you have to be led. You have to be ruled over. And again, it sounds harsh, but hey, listen, if you come up under the order of a righteous man, all right, like I said, naturally, he's gonna, he's gonna do things to the best of your interests. It's not gonna do anything to harm or hurt you. All right. He's only gonna do things for your betterment. All right. So that's why, you women, you jumping from rod to rod, sleeping with all these different men. You wondering why you can't find the Mr. Right and all this other stuff, because again, like I said, man, for the most part, you women, you don't know what you want, man. And this is why in the ancient world, the father will often marry the daughter off, because the scriptures talk about how women, they're deprived of wisdom. You see? So at the end of the day, you women, you don't have that type of understanding. You don't know what you want. This is why if you have a man, it's just best, you just need to come up under his order, man. All right. Come up under his order. And again, he's going to make the decisions for your betterment. All right. Whether you understand it or not. Nevertheless, you got to put your trust in that man. All right. He's only going to make decisions that's for the best of your interest, man. Believe it or not. So I'm going to read that part again. It says, "Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled." And as it read in verse 24, all right, "He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession." You see, if you leave a possession without, you just leave it out there, hey, it's bound to be spoiled, man. Something's bound to happen to it, So you see, you women, again, hey, you need to, if you have a man, hey, show him the utmost respect. Because again, if you have a righteous man at that, hey, he's going to be your hedge of protection, all right? He's going to be your hedge of protection, man. But I'm gonna also read. I'm gonna just get a few more, man. Because it's simple, man. All you women, all you have to do is serve, you know, come up under his order, you know. Matter of fact, because I don't want to make this too long-winded, I'm gonna scratch that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this because I also made the point about how, like I said, men, you know, a lot of brothers, man, they dealing with demons in the world, man, and just being oppressed on all sides just to come home to battle even more demons. Talking about you women. That's not how it's supposed to be, man. It's supposed to be his pillar of rest. You know, he's supposed to be his comfort, his sanctuary, his peace. That's why I'm gonna read this in Ecclesiasticus chapter 25 and verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, all right, two fierce and ferocious creatures, all right, merciless creatures, right, than to keep house with a wicked woman. So you see, man, it's better to deal with a lion and a dragon, two ferocious, merciless creatures, than to be in a house with a woman who's just, you know, just a damn demon, man, just wicked, man. You see, man, and you see the thing again, because the Lord, he's going to deal with that, man. He's going to deal with you women. You women, y'all think that y'all getting away with how y'all treat brothers and whatnot. No, man, the Lord's going to deal with y'all, man. You know, it's just a matter of time, man. But I'm going to get these last precepts, man, going into the order of how things are supposed to be. Right? Because I'm going to read this first real quick in 1 John chapter 4. Because this is something I often make this statement. What love is, for one, what love is in this society is not real love. All right. Real love is the application, applying the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. And when you apply the law, statutes, and commandments, which is wisdom, you'll be successful in everything, in all things. All right. Including relationships. So I'm going to read this in 1 John chapter 4, verse 16. It says, and we have known and believed the love of God. And we have known and believed the love that God hath to us. God is love. And he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in him. So again, true love is the application of the law, statutes, and ordinances of Yahweh Shema Shai. Once when you apply the love of Yahweh Shema Shai in anything, all right, it's going to be successful. You see? So you women, you want a successful relationship? Serve your husband. Serve your man. All right? And see how much, better that'll turn out for you and the whole household, man. You see? Try it out, man. I encourage you to test that out. But I'm going to read this in Ephesians chapter 5. Which again, of course, you try to have these conversations to these women in this society, man. And that's why I often say, man, the Bible, man, is, for the most part, it's not for women. All right. It's not for women. You women, you want to learn how to be saved. You want to know what you need to do to be saved. Serve your husband, but serve your husband, submit yourself to your husband, but you don't want to, y'all don't want to hear that. But Ephesians 5:22 says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. Just as we submit ourselves to Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, you women, you have to submit yourselves to us. That's just a natural order of it. It says, for the husband is the head of the wife. You see, no equality. It says, even as Hamashiach is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach, and see, we are the church, all right? Yahweh Shai, he's our head, all right? And he's our hedge of protection, all right? Just like we are your head of protection. Yahweh Shai, he's our head, and he's our hedge of protection. It says, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. You see, man? You see? You got to submit, man. Submit meaning to, basically put yourself under subjection, man. Under his rule. You see? I'm going to read this in Colossians chapter 3 and verse 18. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as it is fit in the Lord. You see? So this is what, this is how the Lord set it up. All right. You know, and believe it or not, man, when a man and a woman coming together and, you know, the order is there, hey, that's a very honorable thing in the eyes of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. A functioning relationship between a husband and a wife, you know, that's very pleasing unto Yahweh Shemel Shah. The Lord will bless the family because of that, man. He'll bless the family for that, man. You see, this is the natural order of it, man. All right. You know, this is how the Lord, this is the program of the Heavenly Father. All right. The Heavenly Father. Then you have Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son. Then you got the Israelite man. Then you got the Israelite woman, and then you got the children. That's the natural order of things. But you see, again, the problem with it, in this society, everything is all backwards, right? A lot of the men are in the homes, whether it be physically or spiritually, shit. Because you do have some men, they're there, but they're not there mentally, you know. Spiritually, they're, you know, because, you know, men have been beat down to a point, you know, men have been beat down so much to a point, man. It's just like, what's the point, you know? And you got these unruly ass children, man. They run the house. The women letting the children run the house. You know, it's just all chaos. It's just all out of order. And that's what comes from women being in charge. This is why the scriptures talk about how women, they're not supposed to be in any position of leadership whatsoever, because it brings forth nothing but chaos. All right. It brings forth nothing but chaos and confusion. And Yahweh Shemel Shai, he deals with order. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to get this. You wonder why? Again, your households are all in shambles because, hey, the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah is not dealing. He's not dealing with it. The Lord doesn't deal with being out of order. All right. I'm going to read this in First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. So you see, the Lord doesn't deal with chaos and confusion. He deals with order. As I read in Genesis, hey, the Lord created us to be in, he created us in his likeness, his image. All right. And a part of that means order. Just like we had to be in order, you women, you had to come up under the order, the natural order of Yahweh Shemel Shai, which means being under subjection to your man, whether you want to hear this or not, you know. But hey, man, again, you know, I can go on all day with this topic, you know, so I'm going to go ahead and close it out there. Hopefully this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakathum. To you hopeful elect out there. All right. Lord's will until next time. Shalom. Wa ibad with ball.